Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be doing another assumptions about me video. I have done this video before, I think about 18 months ago, and I actually really enjoyed it. I think it's really interesting to hear people's assumptions on you. Obviously, people who watch my videos or follow me on Instagram have like an insight into my life, but they don't know you fully, but they have to use that information to fill in the gaps and make up assumptions. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what everyone thinks. I asked about assumptions from my past, my life in general, and my plans for the future. So let's get started. So the first assumption is, as a child, your parents were very strict. I don't think they were. I remember feeling as a child that they were being so incredibly unfair in certain situations. But in hindsight, looking back, I think that we had a fair level of freedom, but we also had boundaries. And I actually now really appreciate being brought up that way. I think that it's molded me into the person I am today and helped me to parent my own children. In general, my parents were really like laid back and chilled, and I've got a lot of fond memories of my childhood, lots of happiness, lots of travel, lots of exploration. My mum and dad were really adventurous. We did things that a lot of other children never did. Sometimes there were inconsistencies in like the boundaries. Who knows why? But yeah, overall, I would not say that I was brought up in a particularly strict household with particularly strict parents. That I was a teen mum, no. I don't know why everyone thinks that. I'm not really sure. I was 23 when I had Jean, so no, I wasn't a teen mum, and I felt very ready at 23 years old to have a child. It was completely planned, and I was very eager to have a child at that age. I think I had like a surge of like maternal hormones or something, because that was all I could think about, is like having a child at that time. And I felt very ready. I was very prepared. Yeah, so I was not a teen mum. I've got a lot of assumptions saying that I want to have another baby. I think I've said this before, I have no plans on having any more children. I've got 6. It is a lot. I have to spread myself between 6 different people of varying age groups, which I think is the most challenging right now, having teenagers and then having like a 5-year-old. Their needs are very, very, very different, and to like change my mindset like 100 times throughout the day, sometimes in the same conversation, it's hard and it's draining. And I want to give them all, you know, the best of me. And I'm not saying that another child would you know, hamper that, but it would stretch me even further. And I love babies, I really do, but children, I love them, but they are hard. They're hard work, you know. It is really hard. There are no plans for a future baby at the minute. You live in a huge house. If you watch the vlogs, you will know that is not true. We are all stuffed into a 3-bedroom house, which isn't even big. Obviously, a new house is something that we would love, but something that we need to work towards for the future. Fingers crossed, it will actually happen one day. You are sick of your house. Yes, I am. Sick to death of the house. You used to be a party girl. I had a period of my life where I partied, I would say. I think from the age of around 19 to 21, for about 2 years, I would say that I literally partied every single weekend, and sometimes even in the week. I had a group of friends who were amazing. I'm still in contact with them now, and we would just go out. I think we went out like on a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and then a Tuesday. I don't think we did that every single weekend, but those were the days when there were events on, and I loved it. Yeah, it was really good fun. Also in that time I went on a holiday like a lot with my friends. I went to like Miami, I went to Ayia Napa, I went to Greece. Where did we go? We went to like Kavos. That was heavy. I had to come home early because it was just a bit too much for me. We went for 2 weeks, me and my best friend, and after a week I was like, I've had enough, and we had to, we used the rest of our spending money to get a flight home. That was just...
That party was a bit too hard.
But Miami was amazing, and as was Apple was really good fun too. And yeah, we had a really good time. I loved going out. I loved music. I loved dancing. I loved getting dressed up, you know, the whole process. So yeah, it was a bit of a party girl, but it was for about 2 years of my life. And then I was like, I was all partied out, and I was like, I've had enough. Not that I still can't party or anything though, you know, I've still got it in me. I'm not past it yet. You are a very emotional person. I don't think so. I don't think I am. Or actually, I think that I am an emotional person, but I don't think that other people would think that I am an emotional person because I don't show my emotions. So I feel them, but I don't show them. And I don't know why. I like to hide that part of me, maybe because I don't want people to, I don't like talking about things. I don't like talking about, if there is something that's really upsetting me, I don't always like talking about it. So I will have all those emotions inside and I deal with them myself. So I don't show them. Therefore, other people would deem me not very emotional. I don't think that, like, for example, Dad, I don't think he would say I was very emotional. But perhaps he's recognised that maybe I am inside. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I might have to ask him. So yes and no. I am quite an emotional person, but I don't think other people would describe me as being an emotional person because it's just not something that I allow other people to see, should I say. It's quite interesting, these assumptions. They make you really think about yourself and why you do what you do. You weren't always rich, you lived on the streets. No, I've never been homeless. So thankfully, I've never been homeless. I lived with my parents and then I got my own place when I was 22. I'm not rich. I never have been rich, and I'm rich in love and, you know, jolliness. But no, I'm not, in terms of monetary terms, I'm not rich. We're all happy and comfortable, but there's a lot of people in this house and a lot of, the money has to stretch very far to make sure that everybody gets what they need and a little bit of what they want. I assume that you are mixed race. By the way, I love it. Yes, that's correct. I am mixed race. Both of my parents are also mixed race. My dad was born in Sierra Leone, but he had a white British mother, and my mum was born in Kenya and she had a white British dad. And they both came to England and met each other, and here I am. You will be supportive of your children no matter what path they take in life, 100% true. I will always support my children in whatever it is that they want to do in their life. I will try and help them. I will advocate for them. I will do everything. You know, when I had children, that was an oath I took to love, protect, care, nurture, support my children
forever.
Obviously, if they turned out to be like axe murderers or something like that, that would just not be okay. I would not support that. One of your kids was a mistake. I don't like the word mistake because it kind of sounds like they weren't wanted. Unexpected, for sure. One child was unexpected, and that was Max, and that was because obviously I was pregnant 8 weeks after giving birth to Elsie, so it was very unexpected. I just didn't think that I was going to get pregnant. I was breastfeeding. If any of you know, that's quite a good, usually quite a good contraceptive. I was fully breastfeeding, but Elsie was a very good sleeper. So if your baby sleeps for a slightly longer period at just the right time, you know, in the month, your body can ovulate, which obviously happened to me. So it was unexpected. It was a shock, but a very happy shock. I was slightly worried how I was going to handle 4 children. It was all good. It turned out amazingly. They're so close, and yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. That assumption, I suppose, is true, but it wasn't a mistake, more of an unexpected shock, but a good one. You're extremely confident. No, I don't think so. I used to be, definitely. I used to like have this confidence from nowhere. I just used to feel so confident when I was like late teens. But I've lost that now. I don't know why. I don't know, my life has completely, you know, taken a 360 to what I used to be like to now. I'm now like so dedicated to my children, and when I'm pushed into situations that I'm not used to, I feel quite anxious and apprehensive, and I don't feel confident at all. At home, in the comfort of my home, I might appear confident because this is my comfort zone, but I don't know, is my core confident? Perhaps. I think I've got the ability to be confident in things, but when it's a new situation, I don't go in all guns blazing. I'm quite reserved until I've sussed it all out, and then perhaps I can start building up a certain level of confidence. But I'm not through and through a confident person at all. Ollie chooses to wear boy clothes. That is correct. Ollie does choose everything that Ollie wears. So that is a true assumption, and you know, I'm happy to let my children make their own choices. And Ollie is very, very adamant in Ollie's choices. Ollie knows exactly what Ollie wants to wear. I'm going to scroll down and just stop. You are a very open-minded person. There isn't much you won't accept or much you'd frown upon. That's completely true, as long as it doesn't hurt. It doesn't involve hurting another person or you know, something negative or horrible. I don't see why, you know, what gives me the right to not be accepting of somebody else. It makes no sense to me, or have an opinion on the way somebody else lives just because it's not conventional or the same as mine or the same as everybody else. Who wants to be the same as everybody else?
Not me, for sure.
There is very little that could faze me, and very little that I would frown upon. Like I said before, if it's not hurting anybody, then what's the problem? You know, what's the problem? You sometimes wish that you had no children for a day. That is absolutely true.
And I'm not going to deny it.
For my birthday, actually, my mum said to me, what can I do? What can I do for you? And I was like, you can take the children from morning till night, overnight until the morning. And then I've got a whole day. Last year, I went into town. I went to a coffee shop on my own. I did some shopping. I did some window shopping. I just looked around. I didn't have to dash in and dash out. I literally realised and sucked in my town, realised there was new shops, and, you know, took things in. And I went to the cinema on my own. It was absolute heaven. And then in the evening, I think me and Dad went out for something to eat. We didn't have to get back. The house wasn't messy. Then I slept, and I slept in the next day. It was heaven. So not having children for one day, yes, I do wish that. So not having children for one day is a correct assumption. So not wanting to have my children for one day is a correct assumption, and it was good. And I don't feel guilty.
Not one bit.
Jude is spoilt compared to the other kids. I wonder if the other children might say this as well. Jude's the only one with his own bedroom, so that is contention for arguments. And you know what? The boy's just got a knack for getting away with things. I don't know how he does it. He's just very, very good. I think he might be like me. He's a bit more sneaky, but he's definitely not spoiled. I usually always figure out when Jude played me, you know, and then I'll ensure that, you know, he does whatever it was he was supposed to do, or he doesn't do whatever it was he wasn't supposed to do, or doesn't have, or whatever. You know, I'm always trying to make sure that everything in life is fair. It's not always fair, but yeah, he's just very good at playing this game. He's very good at it with every adult in our family. You don't like the way Jude dresses. To Roadman. I don't mind like the whole Roadman thing. The only thing that gets on my nerves is the trousers. They're so low. I about 100 times a day I say, Jude, pull your trousers up. Jude, pull your trousers up. It's like insane. Literally, I can see his whole underwear. But for some, I just can't I just can't imagine that that feels comfortable. I just can't imagine it. But again, I will let my children dress how they want to dress, except when I see a bum. Then I'm like, you know, I don't want to see your bum, Jude. So thank you so much for watching this assumptions video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to all of you that sent me your assumptions over on my Instagram account. If you are not following me on there, please do. I will leave a link in the description box below. Give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and we will see you all again very soon. Bye guys.